Hi folks, on this screencast what we're going to be talking about are the body's first line of defense. So these are things that prevent pathogens from entering our body. So uh, when a pathogen enters, it catches these first line of defense, and if it slips by that, then it triggers the immune response. But before it gets there, our body has different structures and protective measures that prevent these pathogens from entering. So the first of the um, body's first line of defense that we would take a look at is going to be the skin right here. So the skin is a protective barrier. So if we were to throw this in an analogy, we would say it would be like the wall of the castle. Okay, and so on your diploma, typically what they might ask is they might take this section here and they might say, okay, which of the following is a body's first line of defense? And so they might give you an example like skin, or they might say killer T cells or B cells or helper T cells. And they'll give you examples of the immune or white blood cells from the immune response. But what they're looking for is first line of defense. And so that's what this is. So it's important to remember. This is our first line. Okay, so these, before the immune response is triggered, these are going to prevent a lot of pathogens from entering our body. So again, skin is one. Another one would be the sweats and oils we have in our body. So one thing with these are they're acidic. So basically what happens to the pathogen's growth if it's stunted or it slows it down. So we would, in the analogy, say that these are like the water that surrounds the castle. So obviously it's going to slow invaders and make it hard for them to get to the castle. The third would be platelets, and as we remember from our previous lectures, platelets have fibers, and their job is to repair blood clots. So they create scabs or whatnot. So any blood vessels that break, or if there's any clots or cuts and broken skin, they're going to seal that up. So this would be, in our analogy, similar to a stonemason that's going to repair any holes in the wall and things. Another one of our first line of defense is going to be hair. And so in our nose, so if you see someone with a bunch of nose hair hanging out of their nose, you should actually be jealous instead of making fun of them, because that nose hair is trapping a ton of pathogens. So if you had little nose hair, it's really not doing anything and pathogens can enter your system. But basically it acts like a filter and it traps those pathogens before they get in. So we would say in the analogy that the hair in our nose acts almost like a draw gate. So it's going to trap and it's going to filter. So another one that we talk about is mucus. And so this mucus in our body is going to trap pathogens. Okay, so you think of mucus and its texture and stuff, and you can understand how it would trap under principle. Tears would be another one as well, and basically what their job is to do is just to wash away the pathogen. So if it comes near our eyes, those tears are going to wash it away. And then the last one we'll actually talk about is stomach acid. And so remember, our stomach has a very acidic acid in it. And so the reason our stomach doesn't eat itself is because of a mucal lining. But that stomach acid's job is to kill most pathogens. And so we would say that the stomach acid would almost be, in our analogy, like a snake-infested water surrounding the castle. Okay, so they're just going to absolutely attack anything that goes into it. But you need to know these: skin, sweat, oil, platelets, hair, mucus, tears, stomach acid, all first line of defense, and they prevent pathogens from entering the body. And if you need to use that analogy, or you want to create another analogy that maybe makes more sense to you, I encourage you to do that. Or if you want to use the castle, use that as well. But these are our first lines of defense. Hopefully this has been helpful, and we'll see you on the next video.